It didn't vanish. It was hidden, and when it was finally brought out again, blood followed. For centuries, the fate of the Ark of the Covenant has puzzled historians, believers, and conspiracists alike. From the sands of Egypt to the hills of Ethiopia, its final moments remain cloaked in silence. But what if the last stand of the Ark wasn't a temple, but on a battlefield? If you seek truths buried beneath centuries of silence, follow this trail through war, prophecy, and power, and decide for yourself what really became of the Ark. When the Babylonians invaded Jerusalem in 586 BCE, the first temple, built by King Solomon, was reduced to rubble. But among the ashes and blood, one question echoed louder than the clash of swords. Where is the Ark? The biblical account grows strangely silent here. While gold and sacred objects were taken as spoils, the Ark is never listed among them. This absence is not accidental. Some scholars believe the Ark was hidden before the city fell, possibly under the Temple Mount, in a vast network of tunnels. Others point to the book of Jeremiah, which hints that priests may have fled with it to Egypt. In Elephantine, a Jewish community flourished centuries later. Some say, with the Ark in their possession. Additional clues arise from apocryphal texts, which suggest covert priestly operations to transport sacred relics before the destruction began. It's even possible that a parallel priesthood existed, one whose only mission was the preservation of the Ark, ready to move it when danger approached. Yet another theory suggests that the Ark was destroyed during the siege. But for a relic so central, so terrifying in its power, could silence truly be the end of its story? Perhaps its keepers didn't vanish. Perhaps they waited, biding their time in exile, watching history unfold from the shadows. Before its mysterious disappearance, the Ark was more than a religious artifact. It was a weapon, a divine instrument capable of both miracles and massacres. When Israel carried it into battle, enemies trembled. In Jericho, the walls didn't just fall. They crumbled after the Ark circled them for 7 days, accompanied by the shouts of the priests. The Ark was not passive. When the Philistines captured it, their cities were struck with plagues. Statues of their gods toppled overnight. Terrified, they returned it to Israel. In the book of Samuel, 70 men are struck dead for merely looking inside it. This wasn't a box. It was a threshold, a place where the human and divine collided violently. Its design, gold-covered wood, cherubim, the mercy seat, was believed to contain the presence of God. But how could something so sacred bring such death? Unless, of course, it wasn't just sacred, it was dangerous. Ancient rabbinical sources mention protocols for approaching the Ark, purification rituals, designated roles, and precise measurements. Breaking even a single rule meant instant death. The Levites were not guards of a relic. They were custodians of a volatile force. And perhaps that's why some believed it had to be hidden. Because one day, its use might not be strategic, but desperate. In the ancient city of Aksum, Ethiopia, a small chapel guarded by a single monk claims to house the Ark of the Covenant. Known as the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion, this site has for centuries attracted both pilgrims and skeptics. No one but the guardian monk may see the Ark inside. He lives in total seclusion, tasked with a lifelong vow to protect it. According to the Keber Nagast, an Ethiopian text from the 14th century, the Ark was brought to Ethiopia by Menelik I, son of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. Some believe it was taken during a peaceful exchange. Others suspect it was stolen. The tale doesn't end there. Over the centuries, reports from European explorers and missionaries tell of strange phenomena surrounding the chapel. Unexplainable lights, tremors, and inexplicable fear. Locals speak of divine energy so intense that even approaching the building can overwhelm the unworthy. Regardless of how it arrived, its defenders are absolute in their devotion. Ceremonies surrounding the Ark continue to this day. Parades of replicas, chants and guizi, and solemn fasts. But the real question remains, if this Ark is authentic, why has no one been allowed to examine it? And what are they protecting it from, outsiders or the power within? It's a claim whispered through war zones and echoed in the shadows of colonial archives that the Ark did not rest quietly in Aksum. During the Second Italo-Ethiopian War in the 1930s, the Ark was allegedly moved, hidden from invading fascist forces. Some say it was escorted by warriors who believed that divine wrath would strike any who approached. But tales of the Ark stretch even further. During World War II, reports emerged that Adolf Hitler had sent expeditions to Africa and the Middle East seeking ancient artifacts. Especially the Arkansas Himmler believed the Ark held untapped cosmic power. If the Nazis found it, what did they unleash or fail to control? More recently, there are whispers of armed conflicts where inexplicable phenomena occurred. Enemies routed without engagement, storms descending without warning. No official sources confirm it, but the idea persists that the Ark remains a weapon protected and hidden, activated only when threatened. And perhaps that's the true legacy of the Ark. Not that it disappeared, but that it was never meant to be static. It moves with the rhythm of prophecy, war, and human fear. The silence surrounding the Ark's fate isn't void. It's intentional. Across scriptures, legends, and oral traditions, the Ark reappears only in moments of great turmoil, never fully revealed, never fully gone. Theories abound. Some believe the Ark is buried beneath the Temple Mount, inaccessible due to modern religious tensions. Others claim it was taken to secret chambers in the Vatican, hidden in plain sight. A few whisper of underground vaults in the American Southwest, guarded by those who watch but do not speak. Even fringe researchers suggest the Ark is not of this world at all, but an ancient machine misunderstood and mythologized. An interface between man and something older, more alien. But perhaps the most unsettling idea is this. The Ark was never meant to be found. Its disappearance was a safeguard, not a loss. A final act of protection, not for the artifact, but for humanity. Because if the Ark truly held the power to collapse walls, summon plagues, and strike men dead with a glance, would we be ready for its return?